Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Be sure to check me out over on Rumble. There you'll find all of my stuff from YouTube, plus my political and social commentary and weekly current events, which YouTube frowns on. Links to my Rumble channel, as well as my other YouTube channels, and links to let you order my books are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an advanced Dungeons & Dragons monster video on the Carrion Crawler. One of the favorite activities of player characters in Dungeons & Dragons is to explore underground areas. The name Dungeons & Dragons implies that dungeons are a staple and dungeons are generally found underground, so there you go. There are a wide variety of monsters which can be found underground, many of which are quite fearsome. Just any perusal of the books will tell you that. Enter the Carrion Crawler. Carrion Crawlers can be found on page 13 of the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Monster Manual. Be sure to read through the description very thoroughly before you use them in your game. My opinion, there are three things which make the Carrion Crawler dangerous. The first is the fact that it can crawl on walls and ceilings as easily as it walks on floors. It moves at 12 double mark, which is pretty damn fast. So it can close rapidly in darkness for surprise. So they're going through the tunnel or whatever in the underground cavern, and they may hear a skittering noise, and while they're looking around and trying to find it, this thing's already on them. Yeah. And it can come on the walls, the ceiling, the floor. You see a door and you're looking around, you don't see nothing, you step inside and above the door it's right there. I mean, I've seen weird things like that in this game. I've actually done things like that in this game to players. So, keep that in mind. The second thing is the tentacles. They each, have 8 tentacles which exude a gummy secretion. This secretion causes paralysis to any victim which it hits. As per the book, each tentacle that hits requires a save versus paralyzation. It is a 3+1 hit die critter, which means it hits pretty well. I mean, it's got a decent chance to hit. With surprise, any group of player characters will have a hard time with a Carrion Crawler. And in my opinion, the third thing that makes them extremely dangerous, Carrion Crawlers travel in groups of from 1 to 6. That's a mean average of 4 in a group. Four Carrion Crawlers, with 8 tentacles each equals 32 attacks. Each one of them requires they require a 16 to hit armor class 0, so that's a 25% base chance to hit. But 25% of 32 equals 8 hits. Now, if they get surprise, that means it's only a 12 to hit. Yeah. But even with the 25%, that's 8 hits, and most player character groups are less than 8 players. With enough hits, eventually everyone will fail the save versus paralyzation, and they're done. Okay? This isn't with monsters like this, it's not so much they're going to hit and do lots of damage, but they hit, and every time they hit, they have to make the save versus paralyzation every single time. Eventually, you're going to fail. A 1 fails no matter what. Eventually, you're going to fail. And it becomes just a numbers game. Years ago, I was running a group of 5 8th level player characters in a dungeon crawl. The thief was checking for traps, and he never made his rolls. This guy failed every freaking roll. He was the unluckiest thief ever. He virtually always failed. In one corridor, and this was a random encounter, in one corridor, 5 carrion crawlers were on the ceiling in the darkness, and none of the player characters noticed them. The crawlers attacked with surprise from above, all of the player characters were paralyzed in the first round. It was a total party kill. 8th level characters, total party kill, and they never even got to roll initiatives. It was crazy. Now, the sad part is, these people had decent armor classes. I think I hit each one, I hit most of them once, but some of them I had to hit twice. But the average number of hits was far lower than what I stated, statistically. But it doesn't matter, because they were failing savings throws. And that's all it takes for a carrion crawler to get you. Because once you're paralyzed, it grabs you and takes you back to feed the young. You're done. If one or two of them had survived, they could have left and then come back later to rescue them, or, it wouldn't have been a total party kill at least. But, yeah, they all died. And there wasn't anything anybody could do about it. Now, normally I'm not that mean to player characters. However, these particular players were kind of being assholes. So, And I didn't hedge anything. I didn't change any numbers. Everything was randomly rolled. Everything was done per the books. I didn't beef up the critters any. The carrion crawlers don't need it, and it was a random encounter. So But after that, their attitudes improved, and we had a hell of a good game after that. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all. We elect cookie-cutter politicians every single election cycle. Yes men who maintain the status quo and do just enough to make us believe the system still works. Imagine, if you will, a president who actually tries to fix things. If you like action, political intrigue, and a righteous crusade, check out my political thriller, The Righteous President.